Good afternoon, Transpac race fans. This is Dobbs Davis with the 10 July report of the 2017 Transpac race to Hawaii. We have this tracker now showing, just like yesterday, a big consolidation of the group. If you notice, most everybody is now well past halfway. There's a 4-hour delay on this, which you can't see, but these guys down here, the lead multi-hulls, are really going fast. So Mighty Merlot leads this group, going 22.3 knots. I've been watching them on and off all day. They've hit speeds of 25 knots. So they are not very far away. They are going to not only finish today, but they're going to finish probably a day ahead of the record pace set in 1997 by Commodore Explorer and Bruno Peyron. This is really a big day for them. Whenever you shave an entire day off an ocean racing record like this, it's really huge. So, barring any disasters and certainly knock on wood and everything else you need to do to keep the superstitions away, Mighty Merlot is looking really good to be first to finish in the multi-hulls, first boat across the finish line, and new race record holder for multi-hulls. These two guys, Fado and Maserati, the Mod 70s, they're locked in battle, not very far apart. Again, this is 4 hours old on the public tracker, but 246, 277, so they're probably outside of visual range of each other, but certainly, I'm sure, monitoring each other too. I would imagine they'll be going jibe for jibe, not wanting to give either one any kind of leverage. But as you can see by the wind arrows here, the breeze has been fairly steady. That's what's accounting for the really fast pace of everybody on the track right now. I'll get into that in a minute. We had a conversation with Ken Reed, skipper on Comanche over here, and a few words with Stan Honey, their navigator, just about how significant this race is. Just that the let's see, what did Stan say? He said rarely under 17 knots of wind. He was very unsettling early because it was a very elongated high pressure zone, but a very long course, which made them sail south a little extra miles. But the strong breeze is what's allowing them to also be on record pace, by the way. These guys are consistently over 20 knots in boat speed, and if you look at the distance left and the time left, they will likely finish about 24 hours after the multi-hulls have finished, which also puts them ahead of record pace. I think it's 5 days, 14 hours is the Alfa Romeo record, which Stan Honey was also navigating on, by the way. And they will, unless they go something like 13 or 14 knots from this point on, they will easily break that record. But Ken and Stan didn't want to say that. They're hedging their bets. They don't want to create any bad vibes. Every sailors, we all know, are a little superstitious on these things. But as you can see by looking at their track, they're just jibing down the rum line now. So they're going the shortest distance possible toward the finish in Hawaii. And it's just a matter of peeling off the miles. There's some interesting stories here. You'll see them on the website soon. We're going to post today's press release shortly that has an interview with Ken and so a few words from Stan. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. We had some other things to report for today or last 24 hours or so. Rio 100, 100-foot boat. It doesn't have a canting keel. It has a fixed keel, so it's eligible for the barn door trophy. Unlike Comanche, who with the canting keel can only be eligible for the Merlin Trophy, and looks on pace to be getting the Clock Trophy if they do, in fact, break the record. In any case, Rio had a setback yesterday. They broke their port rudder, and everybody is okay on board. It took them a little while to make some repairs. They're limping. I say limping. They're going along at 14.5 knots, which isn't too bad, but this is a few knots below what this boat's capable of. Basically, with no port rudder and a starboard rudder, while they're on starboard tack, they have to sail the boat in a mode that's not as fast as it really should be. So the boat has to be more upright to keep that windward rudder in the water and allow them to maneuver. But it is slowing them down. Now, here's the issue. This guy right here, Invisible Hand, is Frank Slootman's new Pac 52. This boat's going faster and is capable of going faster than Rio right now. So Rio's going to be looking behind them to see if Invisible Hand or any of the other Pac 52s or some of those other fast monohulls might not chase them down. They've got 970 miles to go on this tracker. It's a little less than that in actual mileage. And here at 877, so 100-mile delta there. You can do the math, see what the differential is, but it's a possible issue for Rio. Now, when they jibe to port, the starboard rudder will be immersed, and they can go plenty fast and be up to speed. But as you can see, it's just that they've still got a lot of starboard left to get over to the rum line. And then it'll be, in theory, equal time depending on the wind shift. It's possible they may stretch out, over here, jibe in here to have a long port and a very high-speed port versus the fairly slow starboard. So there's a little chess game going on out here. I don't know if it's factoring it all into the guys in the Pac 52s. They'll just continue to sail as fast as they can. But certainly on Rio, they should be aware of this possible issue that might deprive them of the Barn Door Trophy. Other class leaders we can see, Locomotive, they were leading yesterday, I believe. Cal 40, Azure, in Division 7 rather. These guys just sailed very close to the rum line all along. They've been moving along nicely, 8.5 knots for a Cal 40. This is just a case of minimizing the distance. Everybody else in their class sagged a little bit further south and sailed a little bit longer distance, so that's what's giving them the crown today. Down here, the Russians, we saw them yesterday sagging way south. Now it looks like they're trying to converge with the fleet. An 80-foot IOR-era boat going 10.4 knots is not going to be in any danger of catching any of these guys anytime soon, but you never know. Maybe they'll get into something in their sail inventory that'll speed them up. And Mr. Bill certainly sagged really far south. Again, I think what happened here was the guys that sagged south anticipated it being probably less breeze to the north than it actually was, and the guys in the north obviously are going along quite well. Let's see, do we have any other reports? No. This is a real story right now for today is what's going to happen with our, zoom back in, what's going to happen with this group here finishing tonight, and then Comanche finishing sometime late tomorrow, Hawaii time, breaking the race records, not the course records, but the race records. This is a significant event. The wind should stay steady for them to do that, and I think it's going to stay steady for everybody else. Just scrolling ahead in time, we can see the wind field is still staying in the 15 to 20 knot range. The holes that we saw in the European model that we thought might intersect the race course, here there is still some danger of that getting a little bit lighter. But that's not out until Thursday morning. So that's quite a ways away. The boat should be pretty well down and possibly through that by that time. But anyway, and we'll keep our eye on that. So that's our report for the 10th of July. I urge everybody to go to the stories. There's some tremendous stories being posted in the race blogs, and we're even getting videos now from the race boats. So there's rather than me retell the stories for them, I urge you to read that yourself and really enjoy all the content that we have for this great race. So with that, this is Dobbs Davis signing off. We'll speak again tomorrow.